All right, I'm going to show you a new concealer to the market. I'll tell you first what I've got on my skin. It's the Then I Met You Bong Bounce Cream. It's very like balmy and a bit sticky. Just to give you a reference point of what's on my face first, because what is on my face first will in fact, or what is on your face first will in fact adjust the finish, the wearability, the coverage level, and everything to a concealer product that you're about to put on next. If you don't know that, then you're not listening to the right creators. If you put on 20 skincare products and then a matte concealer, that concealer ain't gonna be matte until you put powder back over it, and you might need a lot of powder if you're oily. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything is variable, or everything is different depending on who you are, where you live, what products you're using, how many products you're using, how much of those products you're using, and so on and so forth. Anyway, this is so tiny, it's like a lighter, but it is a small and mighty little wonder concealer. Myricks is a friend of mine. She's also an amazing product developer, an amazing makeup artist, and she's just created one of the most amazing concealers. So I'm just going to show it to you how I would use this product. I would sort of just do a few little dots of concealer around my face. Hardly used any. I'm using the shade number 4 for reference. This is the Yummy Face Brush 3.0. And then I'm going to just use this brush to apply it to those areas. Let me zoom in a bit more so that you can see. Applying it to those areas. I'm really not pulling or pushing very hard, but what I'm basically doing with this, and this is kind of my concealing technique, usually whether or not I do this or I prime it into the brush first, I'm priming it into the brush by way of getting it onto my face, because now what's in here is actually the perfect amount to hit the side of the nose with. Do you see that like perfect amount of like slight coverage? This side's a bit pink, this side is neutralized, but it's not too thick to the point where it won't crease, you see? So pressing this in, just tapping it in, getting the brush primed. I still have a little bit of bronzer at my hairline from a previous video that I made this morning, because I am jet lagged in the best way. So what you're doing is you're just sort of keeping the product condensed to the areas where you placed it, but you're spreading it out further and wider, therefore creating more of a sort of foundation, for lack of a better word, look out of your concealer. Because you don't always need to cover every single inch of the face for you to look put together, if that's what you're using concealer for, or to look more like your skin feels a bit more rested and a bit more perfected, whatever it is that you're using concealer for. I am typically using concealer. I don't mind my skin without makeup on. I'm comfortable in my skin. I think I do have okay skin. I think my skin has its moments, but right now I'm having an okay skin moment. Weirdly, my skin is okay when I travel, maybe because I do less, I don't know. But I'm using concealer sometimes more often than not to sort of create contrast between other areas of my face, because I like this natural color in my cheek, and I like this little bit of freckleage or melasma or whatever you want to call it. I don't really fight to cover any of this because it's just my skin. What I'm really doing is trying to create contrast in light and dark. I'm almost using my concealers more often than not to sort of contrast so that my face feels more dimensional. And that's basically it. So yeah. Okay. So jet lag coming from Europe to America is the best, in the respect that you wake up at 6 a.m, you're like raring to go, but then you do hit hard at some point. I don't know when. I'm gonna do a little bit of lip liner just to finish the look. This is Buff by Glossier, and then I actually have to pop out for a quick moment to run an errand before I meet with my team at 11 a.m. for some product development meetings. Caucasia H brand. Okay, so just blending that in. And again, this pencil is going on quite waxy because I don't have any lip balm on. However, if I had on lip balm, and I will show you what I mean, this is just one of those Dior ones. If I had on lip balm, it would go on quite differently, like more sheer, because the lip balm is thinning it out. The lip balm is creating a lubricant, allowing for it to glide better, but also it's going to go on thinner and not as opaque because of said lip balm or shiny stuff. Okay, I want to know what tip made any sense out of that, if any. Doesn't have to have. You could have known all of these things, but if you didn't, I want to know what was the best takeaway. Also, Pocket Blush from Rhode This is the shade Sleepy Girl. It's gorgeous. She freaking killed it with this. Packs a punch, blends like a dream. You need the tiniest amount. Doesn't streak or pull your foundation. It's just amazing. Okay, bye for now.